Okay, hi, my name is Vidashi. Welcome to the African Time. Are you ready? Let's discuss Africa. Shared by Wu Pine, that is the Chinese ambassador to South Africa. Recently, he was actually jubilating to how the Chinese automobiles are actually being sale or having a good sale in South Africa. Well, let's see what he says. He says, shared on his Twitter page or X page, he says, exciting news from South Africa's auto market. Sherry and GWM sold more than 1,000 passenger vehicles each last month. Proud to see Chinese brands like Sherry, GWM, Omoda, GCO, Jator, BYD, MG, and Dongfeng gaining trust and popularity among SA drivers. That is actually what the Chinese ambassador to South Africa was saying. He's actually happy that two of their brands actually sold around 1,000 vehicles, that is 1,000 each, to the South African drivers and consumers in only 1 month. That is in the month of February. Yep, two of the brands actually sold thousand each. Well, he was actually happy and he was proud to share this to South Africans and how pleased he is that markets and the business as usual is actually doing in South Africa. These are some of the cars pictures. As you can see, the cars are nice though. Chinese have a very nice way of branding their cars and how the cars were. Hopefully, the effectiveness of the car actually increase and all. For me, I was happy to see it, and I was proud that at least I've been sharing the trade deal between South Africa and China mostly, and then China and Africa recently. You can check out my page, the trade deals, how the South Africans export and how they import from China, and the kind of goods they export to China, and how they're actually doing well together with other African countries. That have all been said and shared on my page. You can check it out. As it was shared, as a normal African who have never been or stayed in South Africa, I thought it was fun. It was cool. Well, it's actually booming. Business is as usual. Everyone's all right. But until I went to the comment section and I see that South Africans were actually not happy with how things were going. Well, we want to know how? We'll see this. Well, this one says, where are the accompanying factories? The German and Japanese auto markets have factories here, and it's sad they are being out-competed by Chinese auto markets who just jump their products here. This needs to change ASAP. Well, that's South African. Well, this one believed that if the ambassador is saying this, where are the factories accompanying it? Because you guys are just dumping your money, or you are just transporting your vehicles or your products in South Africa but have no factories to show for. And he feels sad that some countries like Japan and Germany are having their automobiles factories there, but they are not actually making or meeting these sales as these Chinese were. So he was actually not happy. Again, this one also says build your manufacturing plants here to dominate the SADC region. Well, that's it. This one believed that China should actually not only export or import their cars to South Africa, but they also need to build factories in there in order to dominate the Southern Africa region. Okay, that's his takes. Another one also says open factories, yes, ambassador. And then lastly, or again, this one says, ambassador, when are Chinese brands going to start up supporting South African industrialization by manufacturing or assembling in SA, just like some of the European and American brands do? Well, it seemed like the most concern of South Africans were, why are Chinese or the China people actually not having any factories or any industrialization that will help boost these kind of markets here? Well, that was their concern though, and I was actually shocked to know that how South Africa is actually advanced when it comes to industrialization in Africa, and Chinese brands like these are selling more in South Africa, but they had no operating automobile assembly plant or any factory in South Africa concerning automobile market. It was actually sad, and I think I agree that South Africans actually behaving like that or believing like that. Well, this one says please engage BYD to start building local charging infrastructure for electric vehicles. There are many good technologies in China already. Let's bring Chinese technology in South Africa. Our company will be keen to partner with this Chinese technology entity in this regard. Well, that is how South Africans were feeling. But one thing for sure, the ambassador to South Africa, or the Chinese ambassador to South Africa, never or did not actually reply to any of these comments. I would have loved to actually notice what was their reasons why they are yet to actually open any factory in South Africa. I would have loved to know, but he actually didn't reply any of these comments, and then he have still been mute for some time now, and it's still quiet though. Nothing has been said. Hopefully he heard the cry and then he do something about that, because it's actually sad though. It's pretty sad. Well, developing issues or news have been dropped, and I'll share this with you on my next episode. You got to stay focused. Just subscribe to this channel. Make sure you have subscribed, make sure you actually comment to stay on here. Then you got to know what actually the developing news is, because well, the Germans and the Japanese automobile markets in South Africa are also talking, and you want to know what they're saying. Well, don't forget to follow and like this comment, and most importantly, share your point of view here. Let's discuss Africa. See you on my next episode on African Time, and I'll actually tell you what is happening in the South African automobile market. Okay, thank you for your time. See you guys around.